Good afternoon and welcome to Carmel's Kitchen. Today we're going to make a meat and potato pie. Now some people call it shepherd's pie and some people call it cottage pie. So today we're just making a pie with potato on the top because we want to use some of the stuff that we've got in the store cupboard, or if you still have store cupboards that have stuff in them. So we're going to put mashed potatoes on top of ours today, and we're going to use beef. So shepherd's pie was traditionally made with lamb or mutton, and cottage pie made with beef. If you mash the potatoes, you had cottage pie. If you slice the potatoes, you had Cornish hot pot. And if you put pastry on the top, you had Lancashire hot pot. So it all depended, I guess, on where you were from as to what kind of way you liked it. So for today, we're just going to have our onion, which I have here, and I put a little drop of oil in the pot first, and I have just my onion in here that I'm just cooking off until it's soft. Now, just because I have a few mushrooms in my fridge that I want to use up, I'm going to put in some mushrooms. Anyway, I like mushrooms in my meat pie. I think there's a very nice taste of them. So in here I go. And we're just going to be making it in a small casserole dish. So I have 250 grams of minced beef. I think that was about 4 mushrooms that I had chopped up, and I've got a carrot. And my carrot I have just cut into nice small little pieces. So if there are little people around in your house that you want to entice to be eating this dinner, and they say, oh, I don't like carrots, or I don't like this. Well, if you just get your carrots and your grater, and if you grate it, and by the time your shepherd's pie is cooked, it'll all be cooked down into very, very little that you won't know. So your carrots then just take a little bit of time because they need to cook up a small bit. Okay. Into this now I'm going to add my mince. Which is here. So there's my mince. And then you just stir that up until all of your mince is browned. Only take a couple of seconds. Okay, so I also have cooked my potatoes, which I want to mash and put on the top of my pie. And this will cook in an oven of 180 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. So 180 degrees, that will be gas mark 5. Okay, as soon as my mince is brown, I will be adding some beef stock. So I've got almost a half a pint of beef stock, 300 millilitres. I will be adding a teaspoon of tomato puree and some Worcestershire sauce. Then I will put it back on and I will leave it cook away and leave it reduce down, because you don't want to be putting your potatoes on the top of it when it's very liquidy. And when we put the potatoes on the top, we have to be kind of seal it up against the side, because there's nothing worse than when the gravy comes out and over and it makes the potatoes all soft. I think in most households it is one of the most favourite dinners. I don't think I've ever come across anybody who didn't like shepherd's pie. We always call it shepherd's pie, I guess, even though it probably isn't the correct name. Sounds much better though than meat and potato pie. Okay, so there's our mince all nicely round. So into that now I'll add my stock. So this is just a beef stock cube. Maybe just pull back a little bit out and we'll see if we need to add more. You can always add more, but it's taken out, you can't really do. There we go. Okay. And just a little teaspoon about of tomato puree. Stir it in so that it's all nicely combined. And then we have some Yorkshire relish, Worcestershire sauce. And that goes. It's very good for flavour. If you don't have it, don't worry about it, you can leave it out. And that's what you'll have in your pot, and turn it down to simmer and leave it simmer away there for yourself for 20 minutes. So we have one here that has been simmering for 20 minutes, so there we go. That's what it'll look like, and you can see the way that the liquid absorbs out of it. Okay, now we're just going to add a cup of peas into that. Give it a nice little bit of colour. And if you had sweet corn, you could add in sweet corn as well. Okay. So that's good. So now when I'm mashing my potatoes, in this pot here I've got some milk and I've got some butter. So you don't want to be adding cold milk to your mashed potatoes. So here I have my potatoes that I boiled out earlier, and I've got a masher. These are rooster potatoes. They're not as white as I'd like them to be, but that's the brand of potatoes, and I guess we can only buy what's available to us. And I just have to taste this to see, do I need to add salt and pepper to it? No, it's good. So here's my milk. So I'm just going to pour that on my potatoes. Do that at home, or if I keep doing it, it's a little bit on the noisy side. Just give it a mix. So there we go, nice creamy mashed potatoes. So now I'm going to put the one that I had ready from earlier into my dish. Every last little bit. Okay, I'll just flatten it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. and the peas give it a nice little bit of colour. So we'll just put our potatoes on top. And when you're putting the potatoes on top, if you go around the outside, how are we doing now? And then with your fork, just put our extra little piece here. There we go. Okay, and that's it, ready for the oven. So if it was shepherd's pie, you flick it all up so that your end result looks like a woolly sheep. If it's cottage pie, then you just make it look like the roof of a house. And to get it so that it comes out and it's got lovely little brown pieces on it, if you have some butter, and we just blob a little bit of the butter around about on the top of it, and that will melt as it's cooking in the oven. Okay. If you're not a butter fan and you'd still like it to be nice and brown and crunchy on the top, if you take some cheese and scatter it on the top. Okay, so that goes into your oven at 180, gas mark 5 for 20, 25, 30 minutes. And voila, this is what you should have. Okay, so that's shepherd's pie, as simple and easy as I could make it for you. So best of luck and enjoy. Cheerio, bye, see you again.